that is when NIO will kill everybody. Guys, NIO pulled out just in time, guys. NIO's pullout game is quite strong. So what is this all about? Well, if you recall, 2 years back, 3 years back actually, NIO formed a sub-brand. Actually, this was before NIO's own sub-brand, but it was like a joint venture sub-brand where NIO owned 25%, NIO Capital owned 25%, and then JAC owned 25%, and then some other company owned 25% as well. And that company, that brand was called GAC NIO, all right? And it has NIO in the name, and it has some of the tech from NIO, and NIO also had some of their people move on to that company to build those cars. And I actually filmed this, and what you're looking at right now, this was back then, checking out the cars. But afterwards, NIO made the wise choice to sell their stake in that company. So they essentially pulled out. And the name of the company got rebranded from GAC NIO to Hycan. And I also filmed at a Hycan store and what it looked like. But unfortunately, Hycan is not doing too well quite recently. Their sales have plummeted. Nobody's really buying their cars. And it's gotten to the point where the CEO of the company has forced everybody to sell cars. Everybody that works in the company, whether or not you have anything to do with sales, you now have to go and sell cars. And it's basically gotten to that point where they're struggling on the brink. Another company on the brink. Yeah, it's definitely a good thing that NIO pulled out of that. I mean, the EV price war has gotten so much more intense this past couple of months. Great Wall Motors, they have not met their delivery targets, and the CEO is taking a 7-figure salary pay cut. And a lot of employees are also leaving the company. All right. Another company, G10 Motors. You guys might not have heard them, but they also sell new energy vehicles. In the past month, they sold one vehicle. One. Do you think this company is going to survive? One effing vehicle. Neta, which they've been selling tremendously well back in 2022. 2023, not so much. 2024, yeah, it's been tough. And apparently, their factory has stopped production. A lot of their employees have left. And people were speculating that this company might go kaput. Also, they are withholding the annual bonuses to their employees. No more bonuses. It was promised they were supposed to get it, but they're holding it back and not giving it to the employees because of bad sales. Wow, that's unprecedented. And then Li Auto, right? Li Auto, we know about Mega. In 72 hours, there were over 10,000 refunds on the deposits. Only 3,000 locked in orders within 72 hours. They started deliveries recently, but the sales aren't looking too bright. All right. People might have thought that it was priced too expensive, missing certain features, etc. But, you know, pure electric, it's a tough market. We all know about that. And NIO really has a strong foothold in the luxury EV segment. But what's really surprising is the hybrid EREV cars that Li Auto is selling. The 2024 version of the L7, L8, and L9 have not gotten a very good reception, apparently. And they have not been delivering well since the launch. That's very interesting. Those are their most popular vehicles, right? EREVs, people love them. Why are they not selling well? Well, apparently Li Auto just now was forced to do a 5,000 RMB discount on all 2024 variants right after launching the 2024 variant. How crazy is that? So things are definitely a lot tougher this year. And guys, do not ever forget that NIO is still the leader in terms of market share for the luxury EV segment. All right, when it comes to expensive EVs, NIO is king. all right? And we're not talking about EREVs or cars with gas tanks, just pure EVs. And even though deliveries might be lower than last year, and deliveries are much lower for competitors than last year, market share wise, NIO is still number one. All right. So what you're seeing is the overall market is going down, right? NIO is still in first place. So don't get fooled by the delivery numbers going down. NIO is still first place. Everybody's deliveries numbers are going down. Some of them only deliver one car per month. And obviously those guys will not survive. And what's even more shocking is the fact that NIO sub-brand car will absolutely kill the competitors in terms of features. Right now, all these car products, every single car product, they're very homogenous. They don't have a unique selling feature. Everybody is replicating each other at a cheaper price with better specs. And they're just doing it and they're undercutting each other. And it's just an endless shit show. All right, endless shit show. And this is why a lot of companies are going under and they're in trouble. They don't have a feature that everybody can say, hey, this is why I want to buy your car. They don't have one. Yeah. The fridge, somebody else can come out with a cheaper car with a fridge or a bigger screen or better specs or cheaper price. It is only battery swap. All right. It's only battery swap that really matters. So when the sub-brand car comes out, the cars in the 200K to 300K range, they are gonna get in trouble. All right, who the hell is still gonna buy a IM car or any one of those vehicles when you got a NIO sub-brand car that can do battery swap? And the whole reason they're doing a sub-brand is so that they can make the specs very good, maybe even better than what NIO's current cars offer, but still offer battery swap. And of course, the differentiating factor will be luxuriousness and service. NIO, you have a lot more service and a lot more perks, so that would be a differentiating factor. But that car, that sub-brand car, is definitely gonna kill the market. It's gonna flip the table. And the sub-brand car at the 100K to 200K range, that is also going to flip the market. So by the end of next year, right, end of 2025, this is when NIO will have the sub-brand and sub-brand car all launched. And this is when NIO will have a product in every single price category, and that will completely disrupt the market in all the different price ranges. And that is when NIO will kill everybody. But of course, NIO's a nice guy. They're not going to intentionally say their car is better, which I think they should. But the competitiveness and the desire for better features is going to force customers to seriously consider NIO sub-brand vehicles over everything else. And guys, remember, the number one reason why people buy a NIO is for the battery swap. Same for me. I bought a NIO for a battery swap. I haven't charged in 2 years, except this one mishap. But yeah, we can talk about that in the future. So the takeaway is competitors are dying. The market is getting even more intense. And NIO sub-brand and sub-brand will come in and flip the table. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.